Hello there. In this module, I'm going to walk you through how to target and retarget your Facebook audience through Facebook Ads Manager and the Facebook Pixel. This strategy is only applicable once you have your email list and engagements on your site. For targeting, I'm going to guide you on how to create lookalike audience with Facebook Ads Manager. And for retargeting, I'm going to be utilizing Facebook Pixel. Lookalike audience is an approach that allows you to reach out to new people that are likely to be interested in your product or service. You don't have to compile all your data or statistics to get this approach running. What you need is your email list to be uploaded to Facebook Adverts Manager. To create lookalike audience, go to Adverts Manager at your Audiences section. Click on Create Audiences at the top left and then select Create a Lookalike Audience from the drop-down. Next, choose Custom Audience and select Customer File. You can either choose a file or copy and paste your customer's data or import your customer's email addresses. In the next section, you're prompted to choose the country where you'd like to find a similar customer base. Finally, choose your desired audience size with the slider and click Create Audience. From here, Facebook will find the people who are most likely to be interested in your product or service. The next strategy is utilizing retargeting on your Facebook advertising campaigns with Facebook Pixel. Facebook Pixel is a piece of code that allows you to measure, optimize, and build audiences for your ad campaigns. With Facebook Pixel, you can track the actions visitors take on your website across devices, and this will inform you the performance of your Facebook ads. Among the various interactions that Facebook Pixel will track is tracking how your customers are moving between devices before conversion happens. This will determine the number of visitors and the percentage of users who would see your ad across desktop or mobile. Facebook Pixel will optimize your ads to target people who are most likely to take action, and this is defined as either making a purchase or signing up for an application. Facebook Pixel will also automatically run ads based on the relevance and best time for visitors to visit your site. So if you're running an ad and there are no actions taken, then you'd want to kill the ad and change to a new one. In Facebook advertising, it's all about testing and more testing to get it right. Another approach is to retarget your audience back to your upsells. How this strategy works is that after your audience has interacted with your ads and no purchases or conversions took place, what you can do is retarget your sales ads back to these audiences for another chance of selling. A smart way is to create an ad that specifically targets their most likely reason of not buying or converting. If you want to invest more resources on your ads, place more emphasis on your back-end sales instead, because that's the part where you make the most money out of it. That marks the end of this module. In summary, with these two strategies of utilizing Facebook Ads Manager and Facebook Pixel, you're saving your time and resources by coming up with better ads to suit your audience. Hello there. In this module, I'll be walking you through how to build your Facebook Pixel and event conversions. Facebook Pixel combines the functionality of the Facebook Conversion Pixel and the Custom Audience Pixel into a single pixel. Through that combination, you can now build your audiences with Facebook Pixel instead of relying on Conversion Pixel and Custom Audience Pixel. If you're still utilizing these two features, it's time to upgrade to Facebook Pixel. To create your Facebook Pixel, click on your ad account in your Business Manager. Next, click on Tools from the top menu, and from the drop-down menu, select Pixels. On the next page, make sure your Facebook Pixel has been selected on the top left, and then click on Create a Pixel button, located at the middle column. Next, you'll be prompted to name your pixel. Choose a name that represents the business because you're only allowed to have one pixel per ad account. If you're advertising for more than a single website, it's best to create a new ad account for each website to ensure that the data gathered is accurate. Once you've named your ad account, click on Create Pixel button. A pop-up will appear prompting you to install your pixel code. To install the pixel code, you can either use a tag manager tool or other e-commerce sites that offer Facebook integration to upload your pixel code. If your site is on Shopify, the process is much easier. Scroll through the code and search for a set of 15 numbers. That will be your pixel ID, and copy this number. Next, scroll towards your Shopify admin, head to your settings, and click on Online Store. The second choice is to copy and paste the code from the Pixels page in Ads Manager. Click on Actions to view the code. Copy the entire base code and paste it between the head tags on each web page or in your website template to set it up on your entire website. Save it under the name Facebook Pixel, brand name or domain name. By naming your pixel code, you don't have to track back to your pixel code and instead copy-paste from the text file. Click Save. Once the code is created, check out the Facebook Pixel Helper to ensure that the code is working properly. Next is to install the Facebook Pixel. If you're not familiar with coding, there are various plugins for installing Facebook Pixels on the website. To install the code, open up the code editor to the page you want to track. Look between the head tags near the top of the page and paste the Facebook Pixel code right there. If you have existing code between the head tags, place the pixel code underneath it but above the head. Next, your Facebook Pixel code will appear like the diagram above, except that your Pixel ID will be different from the 10-digit code above. Code example. Lastly, in your Facebook Pixel code, above the closing script tag, paste the standard event code that is relevant to your page, for example, Add to Cart button. It's necessary to go through this process for every page if you want to track your Add to Cart as an example. There are various standard event codes available in Facebook Pixel for you to track. and each event code represents a specific action. Event codes allow you to see the total number of audience that goes through your funnel and the list of actions that they take. From each action, you could determine if people are adding products to cart or even adding payment info. What if people are viewing your content but they're not making a purchase? Through these codes, you can pinpoint which stage requires adjustment to get the action steps to flow from viewing products to making a purchase. In Facebook Pixel, Website Custom Audience is how Facebook helps you to retarget website visitors. This part has been covered in Module 5 on how to target and retarget audiences. Besides creating custom audiences, you can create custom conversions as well by selecting a completion page and renaming the conversion. Do note that the completion page is your thank you page. With custom conversion, you can pick the type of conversion, such as purchase, and add a monetary value. For example, if I create a custom conversion that tracks visitors to a product download page, I can include the price of the product. This feature will assist me in figuring out if my ad campaigns are profitable. Let's say I charge $35 for my product, but I'm spending $40 for every purchase that comes from Facebook ads. I'm making a loss in advertising as my advertising expenditure is higher than my revenue and profit margin. Therefore, I would need to make adjustments to my Facebook ad. The best part about custom conversion is that once it's created, it'll be tracked for all my ads, whether I decide to optimize for it or not. Your customer conversions are constantly being tracked, and you can create a report for every single ad that displays the conversion rate for any of your custom conversions. That marks the end of this module. In summary, with Facebook Pixel and event conversions, you can easily track your audience interaction with your ads and optimize the actions taken to increase conversions. Hello there! In this module, I'm going to show you how to use Facebook video ads to market your business. Utilizing video ads is the next big thing, besides doing Facebook ads, because video content is becoming the main focus on Facebook. So instead of posting articles, make a video out of it instead. Before you post your video into your page, at your video editor page, go to the boosted video option and target your preferred demographics. This will drive traffic from your targeted video ads to your video content, and it will build engagement. For any post that you've posted into your newsfeed, don't boost your post. Instead, use Facebook ads to target your audience. This is because boosting will target a general audience instead of your targeted niche. In advertising, you want to be focused and put the ad in front of the right target audience to increase conversions. There are two factors that will reduce the cost of spending on video ads. First is your content video engagement in the form of likes, shares, and comments. If the content is engaging enough, it will show up in the newsfeed. That means your video content is building up exposure on its own. And at that point, you can effectively cut down your cost of running your video ads. Second, based on your video ad insights, if a specific target group is not performing well, you can stop running your video ads for that particular group. You can either run it on different target groups or start advertising new video ads on different video content. There are elements which you need to take note of in optimizing your video advert. First is to keep your text page to a minimum of 90 characters. Bear in mind that only the first and second sentence of your video ad will be seen. The remainder of the text will be hidden under the read more sign. Therefore, ensure that the beginning sentence has a hook or communicates a benefit from watching the video. Think about why should your target audience watch the video in the first place? What's in it for them? If it doesn't capture people to watch your video ads will be overlooked. The most important element to pique your audience interest to watch your video ads is the video thumbnail. Bear in mind that most Facebook users will keep their autoplay option deactivated on their mobile devices, and they will need to click on the thumbnail to start the video. For desktops, most Facebook users will keep their autoplay option activated unless they switch it off. Facebook generates a range of snapshots from your video ads for you to use as your thumbnail. If the generated thumbnails aren't attractive enough though, you can customize your own thumbnail that suits your video ads and upload it to your Facebook video editor. Facebook video ads aspect ratio is 16:9 or 1:1 for square videos, so it's best to render video ads that fit into that format and applies to your thumbnail as well. Not every image may work. You may have to test it out and try different thumbnail images to determine the best one that works. But again, Facebook advertising is all about testing. Mobile users have surpassed desktop users in terms of overall internet usage. That means there are potentially more Facebook mobile users compared to Facebook desktop users. Now, that doesn't entirely mean it's best to spend your resources on mobile feed ads. The best way to draw out which ad to spend on is to run both at the same time, and the results will show which ads are performing better. Remember, testing, and more testing. Good luck. Hello there. In this module, I'll give you a walkthrough on creating your Facebook ad campaign. In the previous 3 modules, we covered on how to target your audience, how to build your Facebook pixel, and how to utilize Facebook video ads. Here, we'll go through the steps to get your Facebook ad campaign set up in no time. To start creating an ad on Facebook, log into your Facebook page and click on the top right corner and look for Create Ads section. First, you're required to choose the objective of your campaign. There are various marketing objectives that you can choose from, and each objective produces different results. For this tutorial, I'll be focusing on conversion objectives because it's where you want to encourage and persuade your audience to purchase your product or service. Sales means revenue, and that means profit. There are 3 subcategories that fall under the conversion objective. First, there are the conversions that help you get more visitors to use your site. Second, there's the product catalog sale that displays products from your product catalog based on your target audience. Third, there are store visits to promote multiple business locations to people who are nearby. Once you've selected an objective that's most relevant to your business, choose a conversion pixel or app event depending on what you want to track. Events are defined as sections that happen on your website, either as a result of Facebook adverts or organic reach. The event code allows you to track those actions and use them in your advertisement. Next is adding your custom audience. If you have a handle on who your target audience is, you can proceed to add in the details and go to the next step. If you haven't determined your target audience, you can use Facebook or Google Analytics to learn more about your current customers, including which searches lead them to your site and where they're located. Next section is choosing your ad placements, and you can select either automated placement or narrow down your ad placements. Placements means on which platform you'd like your ad to appear in. Ad placements that are available for advertising are Facebook desktop and mobile feeds, Facebook right column, Instagram, and Audience Network. If you're driving conversions to your site with Facebook ads, stick with Facebook desktop and mobile feeds. For budgeting, recommended spending is $50 if you're opting to drive conversions for 5 days. Each day, Facebook will take up to $10 per day towards advertising your ad. You don't necessarily have to go beyond $50 for Facebook ads because you want to test it out first before investing a higher amount. Test to find the right advert, and when you find that formula, then scale it up by investing more into the ad spend. Imagine investing $100 for your ads and the results aren't what you aim for. Running ads is all about testing, and you have to keep trying different variations of ads to get the right conversion for your target audience. Hello there. In this module, we'll cover refining your Facebook ads to increase conversions to your site through 4 optimization strategies. Creating Facebook ad campaigns requires a lot of optimizations, tests, and patience. Testing will assist you to determine the changes that are required to be made to your ad campaign, and this will lead to better results from your Facebook ads. Utilizing lookalike audience is a great strategy to generate massive traffic to your site and build a massive list of customers. To refine your lookalike audience, you need to test your ads using different selection of interests when you're building your ad. Once you've found the right set of lookalike audience and interest, it'll help in reducing the cost per conversion. The next strategy is breaking down your audience into various categories instead of defining it as a single entity. This will allow you to design and communicate specific messages to various audiences. Through this approach, you can potentially increase your audience engagement and improve conversions from each audience category separately. This approach will allow you to effectively target each audience with specific messaging instead of running a single ad campaign for both platforms. To determine which ad campaigns work better, you'll need to run a split test. 2 different ad campaigns mean both are targeted to different audiences to avoid any similarities in the result. You don't need a massive ad spend budget to cover a split test. Just put up your standard Facebook ads budget and split it between 2 different ad campaigns. Another approach you can do is to expand the age gap of your target audience. For example, I'm putting up an ad targeting tech-savvy users, and most advertisers will pick an age range of 18 to 44 years of age. By increasing the age gap, you'll be lowering the cost per conversion. Remember to test your ads, track its performance, and stop those that are not performing. Keep what's working and scale when you find the right formula. Good luck. Hello there. In this module, we'll cover how to turn your Facebook profile into an authority figure. If you've created your Facebook page already, you can still go through with this module on optimizing your Facebook page. Facebook has become the main platform for every business and marketers as well to build their brand and business. Compared to using emails to interact with your prospects and customers, Facebook has the capacity to assist you in reaching out to a global audience through its own SEO. Let's start with creating your Facebook page. Select the arrow in the top right corner and then select Create Page. You're then required to choose from 6 categories that your business is in. If you're running a local brick and mortar business, select local business or place. If it's an online business without a physical store, go with brand or product. The other 4 categories are self-explanatory. Company, organization is suited for a business that runs local or international outlets. A community page is for running community-based events such as community services or crowdfunding initiatives. If you're running a Kickstarter campaign, choose the entertainment page and pick the public figure page if you want to establish yourself as a public figure. Once you've selected your category page, choose a category for your product or service and key in the name of your business. After that, select Get Started to create your Facebook page. Now that you've created your Facebook page, the next step is to fill up all the details of your page. Select the arrow at the middle left corner and then select About. It's important that you write a short description because it's the first thing that people see and read when they search for your Facebook page. Your short description is the summary of your page, and you're limited to 155 characters to tell people who you are. Be clear and concise. Describe what you do and why they should follow and like your page, and you got yourself a good description. For example, Adobe's Facebook page. The description in the About section is just 8 words, and it spells what the company does, while the rest of the company details are appropriately laid out around the different sections of the Facebook page. The next part is optimizing images on your Facebook page. You can optimize your main profile image, cover image, and the image post size, and these are important as it helps to build visual branding and develop consistency. Facebook profile pictures use a square image, so your profile picture has to be cropped to the square size before uploading. The profile image uses 180 pixels wide and 180 pixels tall. In the display, it will appear as 160 by 160 pixels. For newsfeed or image posts, the size is optimized to 470 pixels wide and 394 pixels tall. Once the image is uploaded to the newsfeed, the aspect ratio will be scaled down to 235 pixels wide and 197 pixels tall. For your Facebook cover image, the standard size is 851 pixels wide and 315 pixels tall. To maximize your Facebook cover image, you can put in arrow cues to direct visitors to either like your page, follow on your page, or even direct your visitors to your sales page. Your cover photo depends entirely on your creativity, so play around with the visuals and make full use of the features that are available on your Facebook page. To create the best engagement experience for all Facebook users, Facebook has stepped up their game by providing Facebook page users the freedom to configure their page to suit their business needs. To change your template, select the arrow in the middle left corner and then select Edit Page. On the Template section, click on Edit. In this section, you're given the choice to pick a template which has the most suitable features and tabs to suit your business. Last but not least, you can add a link to your Facebook page to direct your visitors and followers to your web page. To add a link to your page, select the arrow in the right corner and then select the Add or Plus button. Click on Use Our App or Game at the bottom of the page and select Use App. Place your web link and click on Add button on the bottom right corner to complete the setup. And that marks the end of this module. Good luck. Welcome back. In this module, we'll walk through how to turn your visitors into leads and customers in 4 steps. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know the 6 steps covering content creation, promoting content, retargeting, and using social ads. For the first step, you need content to build engagement, but researching what kind of content to use can sometimes be, time consuming. You can accelerate this process by finding keywords and topics that are searched by your target audience and then design content around it. This works because your audience is actively searching for it. Tools such as IFTT and BuzzSum will assist you in your research. You can also outsource the creation of content to online freelancers. Sites such as Upwork.com and Fiverr.com have many freelance content writers, and hiring them is relatively affordable when you factor in the amount of potential leads that you're generating as a result of great content. As a business owner, of course, you want to be focused on money-generating activities like sales. In the second step, you can further leverage your best content created by advertising it on social media. This will help you reach out to a wider target audience. Content marketing is important because there are hundreds of content published on a daily basis, and that's a lot of white noise. It's easy for one piece of content to be lost in all that clutter. Here are 3 approaches to amplify your content. First, you can reach out to people with massive influence. Engage with them and have them advertise your content. Leverage off their status and influence and market to their audience. This works best if their audience is, of course, similar to yours. Second, you can remarket your content by retargeting it through advertising. Third is to get involved in an online community that has your target audience. In there, you build a reputation and contribute to the community. That way you build credibility and trust among the members of the community, which then makes it easier when you want to promote or make an offer to them. Coming back to turning visitors into leads and customers, the third step is remarketing to an audience. This is done by tagging site visitors with a browser cookie. A remarketed audience is an audience which you'd want to re-engage with again and again because there's potential conversion to sales. You can create remarketed audiences based on user behavior on your site. You then use these audiences as the base for your remarketing campaign in your Facebook ad account. When a visitor visits your website after clicking on a Facebook advert, sometimes they may not complete the full sales process. They might leave out putting in their contact details or abandon carts at checkout or even add products to the cart but not finish processing it. There are many reasons for them not to purchase. It could be no time, no money, or the product is not for them. So the best way to remarket to them is by utilizing your Facebook Pixel to create a custom audience from your site. With Facebook Pixel, you can bring your site visitors back to the purchasing stage or search for new visitors that share similar traits to your customers. In the fourth step, you apply behavioral and demographic filters to the audience. Here's where you use the demographic and segmentation tools from Facebook. Elements that you need to analyze, such as Facebook users' recent purchasing behavior, is an effective approach in finding the right audience. Purchasing behavior such as buyer profiles, clothing, food and drink, health and beauty, and more are all covered by Facebook as well. Facebook ads also have the option to narrow down to live events. You can also utilize Facebook ads for layer targeting on top of one another, which helps you to refine your audience further. Hello there. In this module, I'll walk you through how to reach thousands of followers with your Facebook page. At this point, you've probably created and optimized your Facebook page and have started running your Facebook ads. You're getting a lot of visitors and leads who then turn into customers that buy stuff from you. But the next stage is creating loyal followers. Branding is important, especially when it comes to social media. You want to project a positive impression of your brand in the mind of your audience, and to do that, your brand or your business needs to have a voice. That voice is defined as the way your brand speaks and interacts with customers online, and it needs to match your brand values. Is it serious, casual, conversational, or something else? Once you've crafted a tone of voice for your brand or business, the key is to be consistent because it represents the personality of the brand. To maintain top-of-mind recall amongst your target audience, you need to be consistent. A good example is Starbucks, where they maintain a positive and conversational tone of voice in engaging with audiences on their page. They also take the effort to reply to comments instead of just overlooking them or ignoring them. This creates engagement and helps to build a connection between brand and business with their customers. You could also use your Facebook page to show your audience a behind-the-scenes look at your business. This works as it's something they normally don't have the chance to experience otherwise. The idea is to take your audience on a personal journey because it's through such a journey that credibility and trust are built. You could use this opportunity to elevate your perceived brand value as well. For example, if your business has a very high standard in quality management, then you'd want to show it to your audience and to the world that you have such high standards. That's a selling point. And in this case, a behind-the-scenes photo at DreamWorks, one of the greatest animation studios that has produced many great animation classics. With a brand name like this, people would be curious to see how it looks and how production works behind the scenes. Recognizing and appreciating your audience on your Facebook page is another good way to turn them into your raving fans. Unless it's a complaint about the product or service, people generally don't expect to reply to their general comments, as there are hundreds and sometimes thousands of comments. So replying to a seemingly random post can sometimes result in a pleasant surprise. In this example, Robert Downey Jr., who plays Iron Man in the Avengers films, credits an artist for sharing his art on his Facebook page. Now, the easy way out is to ignore the posting because there are just so many to reply to. Understandably, celebrities are busy people, but Robert went out of his way to credit the artist, which then puts both the artist and Robert in a positive light. Direct engagement is another way in bringing your audience closer and becoming your loyal followers. What you do is to reply to posts and questions on your Facebook page as promptly as possible. This is a different take towards customer inquiries, and it's a break from the norm of calling up a customer service center, press a couple of numbers, and be on hold for the longest time just to get one answer. Keeping track of every comment and request can be overwhelming if you have a lot of engagements on every post. You can better manage this by utilizing your notification settings, where you can be notified only when a comment is posted. The trickiest part is probably dealing with negative feedback and responses. Most businesses and public figures would either turn a blind eye or remove or hide the comment from the comment box. So what do you do when you receive negative feedback or a rant on your Facebook page? Well, first of all, it's impossible to please everyone. The energy of the business is better focused on creating and adding value to your customers. Understand this, what you focus on grows. The more you focus on the negative part, the bigger it becomes. Likewise, when you focus on the positive side of things and amplify it. Of course, if it's a legitimate inquiry or complaint about your product or service, don't shy away from it or ignore it, as the customer may turn into a negative raving fan and spread more negativity. Take it as an opportunity to serve the customer at the highest degree and solve that problem right then and there. You're recommended to take it offline and speak directly with the customer to solve the problem. Then post up the solution in the comment box as closure after you've solved it. Last but not least, have fun with your audience. This is how you'd want to build thousands of followers on your Facebook page. In summary, you're maintaining a long-term conversation with your followers on Facebook. And because it's long-term, you've got to add value and make it meaningful. Good luck.